happen to you that you get out of your house for a holiday on a limited budget, reach the destination and suddenly realize you don't know how to get through the holiday? Well, it's happening to me right now because my producer sent me for 3 days and 3 nights and given me just 300 euros. I'm in one of the most vibrant and cosmopolitan cities in all of Europe, the city of Dublin in Ireland. I am sure this holiday will be no big deal.
It's the largest in Ireland and the most expensive in the world. The city of Dublin was named by the Vikings and gets its name from Dublin, meaning black pool. In Gaelic, the city is called Balat Cliath, meaning town of the hurdle ford. Dublin is where you will land, no matter which country you're traveling from. When you're in Ireland, keep an open mind and your sense of humor alive. And don't forget that extra planning.
So when you're traveling on a budget, there are quite a few things that you have to keep in mind, especially when you're in another country. So all of you listen very carefully. First of all, get to a place where you can get yourself all the information about the city, the maps, the discount cards, everything possible. So I've got lots of pamphlets I'm going to go through and make my own itinerary. Then, since I'm in Dublin, I found this fabulous thing called the Dublin Pass, which is going to get me free trips around the city, in and out of places, and some discounts, which you will find out about later. And the other thing that you have to do is, which can be slightly risky, especially when you have little money, is to exchange your money.
So, I got myself an ICICI Bank travel card, which is one of the easiest ways to carry money overseas.
And now that I'm sorted, I'm going to start moving around the city.
Buses, trams or on foot, the first thing you do in Dublin is hit the road and let the city take over your senses. Dublin is best explored if you start from the heart, at O'Connell Street. Named after Daniel O'Connell, a nationalist leader from the 19th century, this is one of Europe's widest streets. Yes, it's as broad as 160 feet. The center of the street is dominated by the imposing presence of the General Post Office and the 393 feet tall Spire of Dublin, erected in 2003. And just a little away was my next stop. He may not be amongst Ireland's 4 Nobel Prize winners for literature, but he's definitely the most discussed and read about. And today, the world wants a snapshot of him.
Even though Dublin has given birth to many literary figures, the one Dubliner who put the city on the world literary map was in fact James Joyce. This in fact right here is one of the most photographed statues all across Dublin.
My moment of glory with Mr. Joyce.
Oh, I'm really tired of walking around the city. I wish I could afford a cab. Hi, how does this work?
Would like to go for a ride?
Yes.
It's a free service paid by the sponsor, so the adventure sign is made for you to have the ride.
It's a free ride?
Free ride.
For anybody?
For everybody, and you can have you can go to anywhere around the city center.
In an area dominated by prominent landmarks, I got lucky. I whizzed past the great Trinity College and made my way towards the part that represents Georgian Dublin the best. The Georgian architecture is typical with several-story, box-like structures, occasional balconies, but one feature that almost compels you to come here.
When you're on a holiday, what's more important than money? Finding that one thing that's going to make your holiday special. Well, I'm in the city of Dublin, which is obviously filled with beautiful Georgian architecture. And I found that one way of making my holiday special, simply by going door to door. And it's no big deal.